Okie day. And she won. I mean, she won in the way that she liked the end result. I'll give her that much. Well-known masochist looking out over there. I understand my position. I'm not denying anything towards myself. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a masochist, but I feel like if you're willing to do grinds like this, there is an extent of masochism that you have to have. I don't know if that'd make you all the way a quote-unquote masochist. But I'm not denying the mental absurdities that are required to go on a LNN grind. Not just a single LNN grind, but like all of them. 7 is 5 bigger than 2. That is something we know. Here's the thing, I don't like UFOs. I enjoy the non-UFO parts. Well, fair. Some of the attacks are a little annoying, but like, I enjoy the non-UFO parts of UFO. Like, I've talked how I don't particularly care for release as a mechanic in Hidden Star. I do still like other parts of the game. You know, there are games I really love, and I will still sit down and be like, yeah, here's a complaint I have towards the game. Versus Touhou game? That is an opinion. I wonder if everyone voted on what their least favorite Touhou game is, what it would be. I don't think we should do that. I think that's a terrible idea to do as a community. And you can't look at the bottom of the TWC, or not the TWC, the Touhou popularity poll. I feel like a lot of people in that are not even people who play the game, so like their teams would be a little drop lower. Wouldn't Shoot the Bullet win 100% of the time? I don't think that would win 100% of the time. Shoot the Bullet's not even my least favorite Touhou game. Well, I know, look at it. Like, there's generally no Touhou games I dislike. There are ones I definitely like less than others, but I try to not name anything directly, as I don't like that style of thing. But it's an interesting question still. Like, I wonder if you were to take a poll of, like, the least popular, what it would be. Especially amongst people who played the game. You can't take the bottom of the popularity poll, because, like, you're not getting people to vote on their least favorites. It's like, what's the opposite? Detector's kind of fun. Yeah, I feel like Violence Detector is definitely up there on the list, if you account the spin-offs. Although I feel like there's a world where you won't want to count the spin-offs. I will always say that Violence Detector is probably the best or second best spin-off IMO, but that's me, personally. That's me as someone who isn't a big fighter fan, and, has very, high or low opinions on the, picture game. Joe Tower is the worst fighting game. I kind of think that's universally agreed upon. However, there are a lot of people that just don't like the modern Touhou fighters and much prefer the old pixelized ones compared to the modern ones. Just period. I don't know, if you were to take the least popular to vote, what would it be? I don't know. I'd probably assume it'd be like 16, 17... Maybe one of the PC-98s? Rage about... Just because people rage about it, I don't know if I'd say it's their least favorite. It would be perfect if I gave it the actual UFOs. I agree, mostly. However, even if you give the game a traditional life system, it still is one of the hardest games on the market. In terms of just raw difficulty. And the Amos don't even know it. Yeah. It's kind of part of the reason I think, yeah, it'd be up there. You're going to vote on your least favorite. It's like, well, I don't have any opinions on this game. Yep. Like, if you want structurally what is possibly objectively, like, if you had everyone play every game, I feel like the answer on average would probably even out to be Story of Eastern Wonderland, just because it's definitely, like, the clunkiest in per se. Unless people would put 1 in there, but, like, I give 1 enough credit because it's definitely, like, different enough. Like, SWW is definitely, like, I'd argue, like, the jankiest and, like, the most... Gameplay-wise, the most questionable of the Touhou games. And on my list, I have it as, like, my second least favorite. Although that's mostly just due to my extra stage experience, just tilting me off the face of the earth. But there are some boss patterns I really like in Eastern Wonderland. Just like any games I play. I know, that's what I said. I like every Touhou game. Some of them I definitely have higher or lower than others. Like, Odd, definitely my favorite. Eastern Wonderland and Udolig, probably my least favorites. But I do like them. I don't hate them. Also, boom, 6 days in a row with a Hina final timeout. How do you like that? Clearly, I'm the greatest of all time. Do Touhou game tier list already? No, absolutely not. I've already complained about tier lists generally. Like, I did the Touhou character sorter because it's fun. Maybe I'll do that again at some point, but I'm not doing a games tier list. That's just pulling shit for no reason. Also, my opinion on the games tier list changes from, like, month to month. The trial, yeah, that's just what I want to do. It changes based on the mood I'm in. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, Subterranean's like my second or third favorite Touhou game. Sometimes I'm like, it's like my 10th favorite. It was confirmed, yeah, totally. After a year of doing Nuzlocke attempts, I will give my Puppet Dance Puppet tier list for Nuzlocke. How about that? I'll do my Touhou Dojin tier list. How about that one? I generally get iffy when people in the Touhou scene start talking crap towards any of the games, period. So I don't want to engage in that in the slightest. The boss tech tier list, I can do that definitely. Like a more boss-oriented tier list is like my favorite to least favorite. That's a curious idea, but I don't know. The problem is when I stream, I'd just rather play Touhou. Competition not the rule, yeah. I know it's a very, like, different way to put it, but, like, it's a very different, medium for it, but, like, I don't want to engage in content that is just, that ostracizes certain people. That's one of the reasons I have explicitly the rule of just no politics. I just don't want to engage in any conversation that, like, super ostracizes people. Especially if it's not, like, an obviously subjective thing. Like, if I'm sitting here talking about Touhou music, I feel like that's one thing. Sure, you could argue that liking certain Touhou games is pretty subjective, but... I am choking. You look at the musicality, do say, but yeah. Ostracized basically means like an ostrich. You know, those really tall, flightless birds. Being ostracized is like being laid an egg on by an ostrich. Yeah, you know, cool, yeah. That's totally what it means. include, something like that. Yeah, close enough. I just feel like this is a thing in communities in general. The moment you start dabbling in anything, like video games, the moment you start dabbling in just anything that, like, can be, like, fairly controversial in somewhat serious of a matter, it's just, like, you just start risking, like, ostracizing people, or just essentially kicking people out for it. Now, I've always been on Team Gatekeep. But gatekeep in the way that you don't bring gatekeep anyone that wants to bring controversy in. Anyone's gonna dumb down the thing. Hello, Buggo. Like, that's why I always try to, like, say that, like, I will be sarcastic and ironic at times. But I try to make sure that, yeah, I just noticed that in the brat here, it pops up 9 lives. But it's not possible to have 9 lives in the game, right? Players have badly. That's a lot more. That is definitely an older Touhou society thing, rather than a new one. Although it still exists to some degree. It's definitely, that was bad. Not timed down enough. That's why I try whenever, like I'll be ironic and sarcastic at times about things like this, but I try to make sure I'm expressing it strongly enough that it comes off as ironic and sarcastic, which is not easy with the internet at times. That's total, but yeah. I'll get all the help and guides from other Touhou players like Alan, and then when I conquer the world, I'll slander them all. That's how you succeed, right? Claim all your accomplishments are your own and talk crap towards everyone else. Accidentally ruin the internet. Yeah, it's easy to even with good intentions to come off negatively just because interpretations are a thing. But I've seen too many groups and too many people, whether intentionally or not, and not. I'm not even just talking Touhou. I'm talking like I don't gauge too much in the Touhou community outside of my sphere here. I like dabble, but I try to avoid it. Like, not because I hate it. I never really engage with it too much. But Like, just even outside of Touhou, like, I've just seen too many places where people are so quick to, whether intentional or not, just say and mean very demeaning things that really come off as very demeaning, or like just ways to really ostracize people. I mean, this is human nature 101, but just demeaning other people for your own accomplishments, or to boost your own accomplishments, or whatever. There's a lot. There's definitely a point where I was a lot more rude than I am now. Who'd have thunk as I've gotten older? I've definitely. Who'd have thunk I've matured a bit more in this regard. I'm not even gonna pretend to be perfect by any means in this. I am still a rather spiteful person, but one thing is, don't go out and make enemies and immediately think anyone who says anything remotely that could be interpreted remotely negative is your enemy. Oops. God complex. Well, I make content. I stream, so. Number one, all content creators are narcissists, to some degree. Although we live in the modern era where everyone is a narcissist, but personalities online, it definitely gets exaggerated. And the bigger you are, the more vulnerable you are to risking become a very major narcissist. Oh, Toaster. Epic gameplay? Don't you mean dying to Momiji? It's impossible to do 3 in a row in Momiji. We'll ignore the few times I have done it before, but like Momiji's just impossible to do 3 in a row. You can do it 2 in a row, but 3 in a row is impossible. Once you've seen Momiji kill for credit, yeah. Well, that's what I used to. Well, not exactly that, but along that line of thinking is what I do for practicing spam back in PCB. where I wouldn't stop on a clear. I'd practice spam until, like, you know, I get some clears or something, and then I'd, like, do another until I die. And then I'd go do runs. Because, like, the odds of me getting 2 spams in a row are significantly lower than getting 1 at any random time. You know what they say about gamblers? 90% of gamblers win big. Hello, Hobbs. Change my Momiji with either Catswalk or PCB spam. I'll take Catswalk. Although Mumiji's probably easier than both Catswalk and spam. I'll say that. Evil Nero song today. I think about Nero as in the like the AI-based VTuber or something like that. I think that's what it is. Yeah. I only know of clips that like a friend of mine has showed me from Nero. I've never watched that content myself. You know, it's also definitely harder, though. It's definitely harder. Hold on, gotta check something. Okay, help me understand this. You say that helped them write. Are you saying the AI put it together? Or did the people behind it put it together? I don't know Neuro lore. I'm not too familiar with VTuber shenanigans in general. I know a little bit here or there, but not much at all. And Neuro completely. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. That took up something real quick. Oh, what are we talking about? Why do I show back? It show up in the first thing. See Molly got Requiem. Enable media share. What do you mean media share? What is media share? What are you talking about? That. You can't just say words and expect me to understand words. Bird. David Fortune says Sloth makes all things difficult in Streology. Slackoth is a very difficult Pokemon to work with. Truant is just a hard ability to play with, so... I mean, the moment you get Slack King, it's pretty good, but like... Bleh. Maybe the sequel, you know, I've mentioned before, but it's like, you know what I really need to do is like either get an editor or like learn to get good at editing myself to make high quality edited content on YouTube. Oh, related. Try to spread that seed. But you know what I realized I should do if I want to get popular? I got to commission a really big booba VTuber model. Really good quality booba VTuber model. That's what I gotta go do. Have I even tried? Yeah, you know how it goes? People being successful. You gotta get a voice changer? Boom. Easy peasy. Voice modifier? They're soft ranking you for this. It's an Ivy. Yo. Set the jiggle physics up to max and make sure I do a little hop every, like, 2 minutes just to keep people entertained. Talking about the red. Yeah. Now, the DS and PS2 are still pretty new. Or she said DS and PS3. I don't remember. Damn, I don't remember the context of the meme entirely. It's over. Throw it across. I'm gonna slit your throat. You are not that difficult to cap. Your timeout is a pain in my ass. You know, I just need to stop spending all the time on this. Not an attack worth my time to spend that much on it. Although I'd have to get the learn the ins and out of modern beat talk nowadays. And talking like my audience is 5-year-olds. So yeah, just threw the cross safe spot. Everyone knows about that. You know, that was the dumbest way to die because I wasn't even looking. See, the pro players are scared to tell you that there's the Peerless Wind God safe spot. Like, the street, raid the bull, chasing blind spot bull, yeah. But 10,000 times it works okay, yeah. Just like the middle Peerless Wind God. Test that question. Why they just run a bunch of simulations of like sitting up here? I wonder if it's best to be over here or in the middle. Probably best to be in the middle. Me and my way to get my shiny odds. Oh, so you're blaming them for cheating. Oh, I see. I see. Alan's claiming that anyone who can cap this at the top of the screen is a cheater. Oh, and should be removed from the community immediately. How the fuck did I weave through those bullets? Go further up? Because I'm holding up. And I'm topped off here. Excuse you. Almost cheated there for a second. FPS the frag's gonna take a while though. Oh, so you're admitting that you're cheating and all of your runs are invalid. Oh, okay. Practice cheating anyways, you know what cares about. Yeah. Guys, using a practice tool is it's unfair to those who don't use the practice modifications. Therefore, it is cheating. And you should be canceled for it. Continued BGM is not what's due attention, yeah. I'm sorry, every time I do this attack, I need to hear the beginning of the attack. You actually turn off for runs out of habit. I turn off everlasting BGM for runs out of habit as well. There you go. Here's your non-looping music. Have a good one, Toaster. Speaking of cheating, I'm really interested if we ever do get... If the people looking into it ever like, finally, like, figure it out and get it done. Like, do all, like, the really hard work for it. For pod net play, I wonder if there's gonna be a controversy over the rapid fire. And by wonder, I mean I'm almost guaranteed there will be. Is that 3 in a row? I can't stop on 3 in a row, because that means I'm not going to cap in the middle of a run next. It's just the way that the statistics work out. Dude, this smells so easy. Let's play it proper. Well, they don't care because they don't play pod, right? Because of emulation, such and such. Okay, there's my death. Dude, imagine if Story of Eastern Wonderland was actually a significantly more played game that you spot it. And then there had to be the argument over whether or not we'd allow things with or without the the rapid fire. That would be fascinating. Oh my goodness, girl. Oh, last dodge I have to make. That's some original Touhou CDs and these on the backside of Mountain Faith CD. Kill her now. Give me a second. Sorry, some people don't know how to send emails. Unbelievable. There's one here. There's Sawak. Bumper? I mean, we'll see Bumper later. But I haven't even done any virtues yet today. There we go. Any devout fans? What? I don't deserve that. Sometimes you get what I call a certified hitbox moment. Oh, I should have gone outside more. Ooh. The no focus. I should have just forced the side mode. That forcing up to the middle. I'm so agitated right now. Oh, I gotta stop practicing. I can't get that today. Although I don't think runs will go much better as... You know, I need to go get some water or something. I need something to, something. Okay. See if I can re-enhance my mood. Not the best mid spell I've ever had. Um. Yep. What? Hitbox moment? Bumper crop! Now that is a certified bumper crop moment. Go first. It's only downhill from here. Okay, no bumper that time at least. Oops, hit my desk. Nice. Neat. This time again, Hina. Little suspect. Neat. Act the human. Just go up. You bat you I failed the double read 3 waves in a row. Yeah, in front of him, in front of him. I love hydro camouflage. Did I screw my... No, I didn't. Could you move more to the right? Ah, we take those, I guess. Team Zoom prefers to play Marissa A, Reimu C, Marissa A, and Reimu B. I swear, these persuasion needle propagandists. This is why he's worked his life. He's worked his life on eradicating homing from the history books. This is unbelievable. The anti-homing prejudice throughout the history of Touhou is unbelievable. Also, any hydraulic camouflage fans? We love that deck, don't we? Fuck! Gosh, I hate the transition to this waterfall section. Sure, I'll just pretend I died to Momiji and it'll be fine. Listen, if I just pretend I died to Momiji, we're literally on pace for where we should be. Why? Come on. Tragic stage 4. And it even has Momiji cap too. That's what makes it tragic. Okay, Aya. That is the painful death. I just let go shift and then reshift. Oops. I didn't mean to pick up all those points. My score! No! How am I gonna financially recover? Full lives of practice mode? Really? I didn't know that in this game. Zune was playing on an early build of the Prague. Just let him 9 turns enough. Just 11, just get good, right? Come on. Have you ever thought about dodging the bullets? Me and my way to tell people getting bullied in school playing dodgeball. Have you ever tried dodging? Dude, I swear, every Hina semifinal, I just make the wrong decision every time. I cannot make the right decision on this attack. Neat. I'm so dumb of just trying to extend for stuff. I really wanted to try to get the extend. Try? Yeah, here you go. I'll do it for a second, but... Yuriko of Otensu. Pretty sure I tried these on a different difficulty. Oh my goodness. What the... What? What am I looking at? What's this on easy? I looked at these on hard at a previous time. Holy moly! When 11, when you said, "Are they moving in slow motion?" You sure got it right, didn't you? Oh, I can macro those waves. Or micro them, I should say. Hold on. They're failing, the poor bullets. Before it speeds off, I can micro these. Hold on, I gotta micro one of them. You could probably micro this beginning part. There you go, there's some micros. What is it at max speed? Okay, that these last few attacks are purposely hard in easy mode. Oh my goodness! Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this certainly is interesting at max speed. Hold up a moment. I saw the slow speed, I was like, this is whatever if you're really trying it. Hold, this max speed is curious. Dude, imagine this, but with like Lunatic's speed. Dude, do you know how brutal this would be with Lunatic's speed? Speed's a little faster when it reaches. Oh, is that true? Wow. That is amusing. Okay, I'm too agitated to play from earlier. The first half is great, and then I get agitated like an hour in. Boom, just drop. Even though the lunatic one doesn't quite lower down to 0? Really? Interesting. So I'm sure there's a subset of people that try to make sure they go get the 0 delay timeout. Load game. Let's see how long it takes to load. Delay time has it. However, it's not super different. Have you done it? These are similar. The waves are just kind of more compact. Interesting. I wonder what the actual delay is. Like the max speed, what the delay looks like. Would you like the capture game? Hello? Shoddy? Game?